Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. Arcade Craig here, along with Bella Shepherd. On today's agenda, we're going to be going to the guest servers with Legion. So, it's going to get pretty good. I think I'll have some takes in here that some people may not like, but we'll see how that goes. Um, yeah, this is, obviously, you do one of these missions, and then you could, of course, then do the final mission right away, but it of course serves you best to probably do both before you jump to that, and we'll go ahead and do the guest server first. Of course, we're taking Tally, so, no brainer on that. I think it'd be interesting to take I need to take Caden. Oh man, I take Caden out yet since we got him back. I'm on Caden. I want to take Edie, but that's all right. Well, they actually don't have anything really to do, but I do like this mission that you it's kind of reminds me of like how in Mass Effect 2 with Samara and with Thane's loyalty missions, how you actually had a couple important missions to do there without any actual combat. I do like that about this one as well.
Commander, it is as we feared. Geth squadrons have begun massing on a path to intercept our live ships.
Understood, Admiral Ron. We're almost at the server. Keep us posted. What's our status?
We remain undetected on encrypted Geth channels. Resistance is likely only within the server.
Within? It's that big?
You misunderstand. Direct virtual interface is necessary to extract Geth from the server. You must enter our consensus.
You want me to virtually interact with the Geth?
That kind of tech isn't even on the market. This can't be safe.
How would that even work?
I'm not a machine. How do I go into a virtual world?
Your species has experimented with virtual interfaces. You saw this on Project Overlord.
I saw how it almost unleashed a rogue AI human hybrid on the galaxy.
We have refined the interface they created and have equipment from Normandy to facilitate safe contact. We request your trust.
And of course, we did take Tally and Legion both on that mission, so Legion saw it firsthand. But no, I do. I continue to trust Legion. Like I said, that in that last mission, him um, basically handing over that Geth dreadnought is big. You know, that was a good sign of a good fate there, and allowed it to be destroyed. Shep, you regained trust there, so yeah, I do trust you.
I have your back, Legion. Even if I don't quite understand why you need it.
You are an unknown. This is an advantage. Geth security is not adept at targeting organic thought processes. While we occupy the system's intrusion countermeasures, you will disable the squadrons by removing Geth from the server.
All right, man. Well, like I said, we're trusting him, so that sounds like a plan.
If it saves the live ships, we've got to try it.
Telemetry data predicts this operation has a high chance of success. There is little time. We will bypass security while you secure safe landing.
Wait, you're not gonna... Let's set the shuttle down by the cliff.
How far away did he drop, man? We're traveling a bit there. Tally seems pretty chill for her first walk ever on Brannock. She has a better moment on when we go to save the Admiral, but it's her first ever steps on her home planet.
Yes. Hostile Geth fighter squadrons are networked to this server. Due to restricted resources, it is best if you connect alone.
Let's do it.
Initiating peer network integration. Proceed to docking port. Mapping to consensus. Remain still.
And Shep doesn't remain still, of course.
Shepard Commander, excess movement during an upload is discouraged. Shepard Commander, we acknowledge your integration into this server. We welcome you to our consensus.
What is this?
We've installed filters to allow you to make visual sense of this server's raw data. Your mind perceives our world as something familiar.
I wouldn't call this familiar.
Nope.
Where are you?
Here,
You look different.
we have made ourselves visually distinct for your convenience.
What about Geth already in here?
You will perceive Geth as surveillance footage, audio logs, sensor records. We do not require bodies, as our software communes. Our hardware is merely a tool. This is our true world. As we remove Geth, it will grow dark.
And how will this destroy ships?
And what does turning off the lights do to the Geth back in the real world?
The Geth fighter squadrons communicate with platforms on their spacecraft via this server. We will sever that connection. We will ensure there are no transfers or backups. This server will fall silent.
No, I mean that is unfortunate. These are Geth lives that are, about to be eliminated. I'm sorry to hear it.
This is like wiping out a city, isn't it?
We have no choice in this matter. It is a question of survival. There are 2 communication nodes on this server. We must access them to disable the hostile Geth's fighters. We must protect your exit port, but you will not be alone. We will maintain contact and assist.
Now, I do
Establishing connection to access point.
go ahead and get a save here. I do have a mod installed that would allows you to skip this whole thing. And after you've beaten this, like I said, I've played it. I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna play through it. But after I've beaten this at the time, I think when I installed it, had already beaten it 20 times probably, because I think I've done so like in 4 or 5 times before this Let's Play that I've now used this mod. And so yeah, I've seen all the lore that's involved here many times, obviously, and seen lots of Let's Plays and whatnot. But it was nice to have that option, and I do like that you don't have to use it. Obviously, if I don't want to, and I don't want to, we're gonna continue forward. But it's a good mod to have, though. If you don't feel like going through all this again, you can go ahead and skip through it. Um, this place can get a little, at least for me anyway, a bit confusing on where to go to next sometimes at certain points. So hopefully I don't get turned around and stuff.
Warning, connection blocked by infected code. Use our combat software to disrupt the infection.
I wondered what the gun was for.
This foreign code is a manifestation of the old machine signal.
You're surprised the Reapers are all over your servers?
We did not anticipate such extensive infection.
Okay, I gotta ask. Why a gun?
We wish to provide familiar equipment.
And thanks. I think.
Okay. So it's simple enough. First part to show you how it's going to work.
Connection established. Proceed to the access point.
We go to the More lore-rich parts.
Establishing connection to communication node. Error. Access denied.
Is the Reaper keeping you out?
Unknown. Please investigate.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting concept, man. Whoever came up with this design for a level is pretty cool.
Warning. Reaper presence detected. Data cluster contains infected code. We require access to proceed.
Of course, here's a little bit to deliver on the Citadel.
A Reaper code fragment. Let's see if I can take it along with me.
Yeah, how that worked, I don't know. Shepard downloaded, I guess. Little Reaper MP3 file or something. That's some Reaper music.
Accessing data cluster.
What is this?
Data clusters contain historical data. Your connection permits streaming of information from our archives.
You really want to rename the VI networks?
Absolutely. The mobile hardware release deserves a little ceremony. Unit 01. What is the Keelish word for servant of the people?
The word is Geth. Creator Zahak.
Yes. Very good.
Ancestors, you fuss over it.
Weren't you here until midnight fixing 01's circuitry?
Well, it needed resoldering.
Wasn't that footage from the past? Why are the Quarians masked?
You process our memories by using your own. How many creators have you witnessed unmasked?
Well, one.
Then your perception of that creator does not map to our historical data.
Yeah, that's an interesting way, I guess, to get around that. It's also kind of interesting that Shep's has that dialogue, 'cause that's for a romance Shep. So was there ever files for a female to romance Shep into Mass Effect 3? Possibly. Already going the wrong way here. Did I just go in a big circle? That's where we got the code, right? So, turn around that way, maybe. Or is this where we originally came from? See, I'm already doing it, ain't I? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I find it a little bit difficult to follow where we're supposed to go here sometimes. Even though, like I said, I've been it how many times? Gonna lead the way. That's blinking. Maybe that's a sign. Yeah.
You must disrupt the infection on this data cluster to continue. This data cluster contains information time-stamped 290 years ago. Creator, this unit detects no malfunctions. It is still capable of serving.
You see? It's ignoring all shutdown commands.
Please specify if it has failed assigned tasks. we will reprogram.
Well, let's take a look.
Creator, this unit is ready to serve. What has it done wrong?
Let's cut the audio.
You may proceed to the last data cluster.
All right. And this is gonna be where I'm gonna start to voice my opinion on what's taking place and what they're showing. And about the Geth and the Quarian conflict. I do think, first of all, what we're being shown here, in a lot of ways, is 100% Geth propaganda, and you might right away be take that as me saying all the Geth are lying, or that they, you know, that they aren't to be trusted, or whatever. That I'm against the Geth, and that isn't what I'm saying. I am saying that the Geth are being selective here on what they're providing to show Shep, and very much next way down. I get myself sidetracked. I think it is down here. The I think initially that the Quarians were wrong in what they did. I think the Quarians panicked, especially when they heard him ask about having a soul, and then they started to question, of course, are we basically enslaving a people? On the back again, and so that in so doing, though, they by started in attacking the Geth in such a way, the Geth, of course, responded by protecting their lives and saying, no, we're not going to just let you exterminate us, basically, which, of course, is completely reasonable. I think that the Quarians fully miscalculated on the level of awareness that the Geth had already achieved. And maybe the Quarians were somewhat in denial about that because they just didn't want to believe it. Well, okay, we've now created an artificial intelligence, something that wasn't allowed. I think was it already outlawed by the council by that time, or was that a response to the Geth? That I don't remember right offhand. But the point being, I think that they panicked. They went too far rather than trying to talk maybe with the Geth and see, like, we don't want to use you guys as slaves. Maybe we can come to an agreement and work together here instead of just freaking out and started eliminating them. Because what that obviously ended up causing is the Geth to become defensive of themselves and to say, no, we're not going to let you do that. And in so doing, the Geth went on, though, to go and eliminate it. Okay, I've looked this up on many Wikipedia or wikis for the game, and I haven't found a definitive source on it, on what the population was of the Quarians before the war started. But I've gotten several different accounts of what that might be, and typically it's estimated that there were, before the war started, anywhere between 1 billion Quarians before the war started and 14 billion. And so what the Geth did in response to the Quarians was wipe out at least 1 billion Quarians. And of course that is complete genocide. The current population of the... God, I have gone in full circles again. Trying to talk and not fully paying attention to what... Got myself lost. The Quarians now have a population of about the size of the Netherlands, of Holland. 17 million people. From, like I say, at the lowest end estimate of 1 billion people. That's 986 million people that were killed by the Geth. That is an absurd amount of, and like I say, that could be as many as 14 billion people that they, or 13.9 billion, or whatever. It'd be 13.86, whatever. It's an insane amount, right? To consider. And the Geth, of course, don't bother to show Shepard them doing what that would require. See all that dudes watch that edge. Is that means they killed women, children, infants, old people. They went and just slaughtered Quarians by the billions, if not, let's just say millions.
Accessing data cluster.
We've got escaped Geth. They're pinned.
Open fire.
One's going for a weapon.
So who won?
The platform arming itself was an agricultural unit. By opening fire on attacking creators, it saved simpler domestic Geth following it.
That looks a lot like the sniper rifle you used to carry.
It is an efficient model.
And see,
Connection with the remaining server node.
and you do see the Koreans were wrong. They were wrong to do this. To start eliminating Geth in such a way. They no doubt the Koreans started this. They did bring this onto themselves, but the Geth went way too far, and they in the end shown some sort.
Commander, are you there?
Shepard's working on shutting down the server, Admiral Ron. I can fill you in.
The Geth squadrons have arrived, but something is amiss. Half their fighters have stopped functioning. We will continue to hold out as long as we can.
Legion, give me an update.
One node remains.
What's wrong?
Infection programs are increasing. We have restabilized. You must continue.
Right. The Geth were capable then of showing some restraint at the end, and Legion does talk about that they weren't sure what the outcome would be had they have fully exterminated the Quarians, so they let them go basically. But they still killed. I'd say the more likely is probably wasn't as small as or as few as 1 billion. The Quarians were a space-faring uh, society. They had colonies that had created the Geth.
Shepard Commander, the Reaper code is adapted. It can now self-replicate.
You mean it grows back?
Yes. However, disrupting vulnerable points in the infection may slow down its replication.
But it did demonstrate that they were capable of showing restraint, and they killed Quarians in the billions. And as I say, they of course they aren't showing us footage of them going around doing that, of being basically Terminators, just wiping out innocent, because they weren't just killing soldier Quarians. They went about killing every Quarian they could find, just about. And it's because obviously they want Shepard to see their point of view, to understand their point of view. So they do know well enough that we can't show ourselves in a bad light. We're going to paint ourselves in the best light possible as being complete victims here. And as I say, the Quarians were wrong in starting this. They absolutely were. I just think that the response by the Geth was far, far too extreme. But the Quarians should have never panicked in such a way that they did. And they certainly paid the price, and then some. It's too far. But
We require access to this data cluster. Disrupt Reaper infection to proceed.
right. Find it. Oh. So again, I'm not saying that the Geth are even wrong in showing Shep that their side of and how they were abused here, and that the Quarians were looking to eliminate them. Like I say
Shepard
that.
Commander, target the vulnerable points of the infection to slow its replication speed.
I just think the response was too extreme, too far.
You
enough?
must search for a vulnerable point in the infection. Disrupting it will slow the infection's ability to replicate.
But I do think it's some wonderful science fiction that Bioware has created here with the Geth and the Quarian, their conflict.
This was 10 days, 5 hours, and 10 seconds before the start of the morning war.
I said step away from the Geth.
This is insane. We need the Geth. You can't just destroy them for asking to.
Time's up. Throw her in with the others.
Looks like the war wasn't popular with everyone.
We have kept records of these creators' sacrifices. They have largely been forgotten by their own people, but not by the Geth.
And that is cool that there were of the Quarians who saw that they were going to, that the Quarians were going too far, that they were making a mistake in doing this, and tried to do their part to prevent it. And there were, of course, hardliners within the Quarian population there, as part of their military and science divisions that were like, no, this is what we got to do. We got to eliminate them, because in their mind, maybe they're thinking they aren't fully AI just yet. We can just eliminate these advanced virtual intelligences before they get out of hand. Not fully accepting or realizing what they had created, maybe in denial of it. And boy, did it come to bite them in the ass, that miscalculation of that magnitude. That's why I really hope people do understand, though, and also you gotta. This is Bioware, is the writers trying to. They wanted to make the Geth, an option for people to pick, and they couldn't go. They couldn't show the player footage of them being Terminators and just wiping out old people, infants, women, and children and whatnot. They couldn't show them in that light, because the player would very few players would ever side with them after seeing such footage, of course. So in that sense, I understand why Bioware did it in that way. But within the game, Legion and the Geth here are painting themselves in the best light possible for Shepard.
We cannot establish a connection without access to this data cluster.
So, what do you call it? So it is propaganda in that sense, that they're not showing the full picture. Wouldn't be in their best interest to do so. Except it'd be less likely to sympathize. The heck is that? That's new. I haven't seen that before. That's from a mod. Huh. Cool. I think we already have that, though, but I think I have that gun. But, okay. Me off the path, though.
There is a vulnerable point further along the infection. Target this spot to slow its growth toward the data cluster.
Is it that one that I just can't reach it yet from this angle? So I gotta go around, maybe? I don't see it going around that way. Out of that one. tied to this one. I gotcha. One moment. Where is it? Am I missing the part that's connected to it? Easy shit.
We cannot establish a connection without access to this data cluster.
Oh, I didn't get enough of that part.
New data found. This data comes from a period during which the creators declared martial law.
I repeat, release the rogue Geth units and come out of the safe house. This is your final warning.
Creator Megara, this unit does not understand. It has not taken part in hostilities.
It doesn't matter to them. I need to get you out of here.
This conflict exceeds Creator's safety parameters. We will surrender our hardware if it ends hostilities.
No, it's all right. We'll go back to the access tunnel then.
Creator Megara, what is your status? Creator Megara. As time passed, the creators who opposed martial law in Rannoch were ultimately outnumbered.
Yeah. I mean, that was honestly a very selfless act by that Geth there that was trying to save those Quarians who were doing their best to help. It's pretty freaking brutal, man.
Accessing data. This is data from the end of warfare on Rannoch.
The Outcrow is down. Do not engage the Geth.
There we
I
go.
repeat, avoid contact.
Geth pursuit is breaking off 100 clicks past Rannoch. All captains fall back to the mass relay.
This isn't happening now?
It is timestamped 290 years ago. It is the Creator Exodus at the end of the Morning War. We have secured freedom. The Creators were no longer a threat, so we abandoned pursuit.
Wait, the Geth spared the last Quarians? You let them go?
We were in our infancy. We could not calculate the repercussions of destroying an entire species. Our creators.
Came
We
close.
chose isolation rather than face this uncertainty. Additional data recovered.
Legion, that's back when I activated you on the Normandy.
Yes,
You've been thinking about when we met?
it was highly significant. You were the first organic to openly cooperate with Geth since the end of the Morning War. We wish to ensure you are not the last.
It's not gonna be easy.
The prospect remains. If the Reaper presence is removed, there is a chance of reunification with Geth. And perhaps creators.
You think that's still possible?
Hope sustains organics during periods of difficulty. We admire the concept. Connection with the remaining server node established.
Good on you, Legion.
We are ready to transport you.
Good on you, man. And look, also, it's certainly as we spoke with Javik in the last one, that the Geth are going to be far more alien to us than any other organic being, and so to understand their mind is going to be nearly impossible for us, and that the value of mercy is something they very likely had no concept of and didn't calculate for. That they did at the end show some restraint is probably pretty remarkable, honestly. That they determined that there was no longer sufficient threat, so they let up go. And just being that they were machines, though, that's why they were merciless in killing billions of Quarians. Um, and so, yeah, I'm judging them on the values as an organic being and saying that mercy needed to be applied at some point. They only did at the very end as they were fleeting. But I do recognize that they're not the same as us in that sense, that they are machines, and so they calculate on a purely logical sense. And so certainly possible that I ain't being unfair in that judgment, but that judgment is that they killed billions, and I think people often kind of overlook that because we're just shown here quite understandably why the Geth are were victims in their own right, and we're shown their point of view of how they were unjustly treated, and I understand, why they reacted. They were going to be eliminated by the Quarians. I just think the response was too far. But that's my take. Some people may really disagree with that. I do apologize for getting lost throughout there many times, but um, I do enjoy this mission. I'm glad getting to do it. It's a good one.
Something's happening to the Geth. The fighter squadrons have stopped, but detect no more active programs inside their ships. Admiral Hangarl's fleet is driving them back. The live ships are safe, Commander.
Yay.
Route access acquired, severing all connections to this communication node. Geth no longer reside on this server. We may now exit the consensus.
What's wrong?
You must proceed to the exit port. Disconnect from mother.
On my way. Get me out of here.
Terminating remote access. Removing programs. Deleting archives.
Are you all right, Commander?
Did it work?
Geth fighters have been disabled. Any remaining squadrons attacking the live ships have withdrawn. The server is offline.
Are you sure? What's happening?
We have transferred Geth programs from the server into these platforms.
Why?
How intimidating would that be?
They wish to join us.
They what?
While Shepard Commander removed the Reaper infection, we judged we could persuade hostile Geth programs to reunite with ours. We were correct. These Geth have renounced the old machines and will oppose the Reapers. They are now us.
You couldn't give me a heads up on that, man?
Why didn't you tell me any of this?
We did not doubt you. We doubted your allies. The Creator's actions have placed their species in danger, but they are unsympathetic to what it has done to ours. The Quarians sanctioned this operation to save their people. They would not have done so if they knew we wished to preserve Geth as well.
No, I can definitely sympathize with that. That's basically save who we can, and no different here.
I understand not wanting to leave anyone behind.
You accept our actions?
The live ships are safe, and we have more Geth on our side. We both did what we came to do.
We judged you would understand. Prime units will be available once the Reaper signal has been located and destroyed.
Remind me to warn Admiral Hackett he's got some primes coming. Let's get back to the Normandy.
Yeah, that's a really interesting mission. Hats off to Bioware.
Impressive, Commander. The Geth squadrons attacking our live ships have been completely neutralized. If there is any chance we could duplicate the feat, I would be happy to lend my expertise.
Legion's the one to ask if you're looking for other servers.
I thought as much, but your Geth claims to have no data available whenever I inquire.
Yep.
Perhaps you can help me with something else.
What's that?
How did you get Geth primes to work with you?
They volunteered.
I see. Well, should you wish to examine these Geth to confirm their new allegiance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Zen out.
And Zen, of course, is voiced by Claudia Black, Morgan from Dragon Age, Matriarch
Commander,
Theta.
we've located the Reaper base transmitting the local signal.
Good.
And not a moment too soon. With the Reaper code upgrades, the Geth are tearing the fleet apart.
Once the signal is disabled, the Geth will pose no threat to Creator forces.
I mean, is that a problem?
You sound conflicted.
While the old machines have unethical purposes, their upgrades have vastly improved our people. Observe.
A Geth processing signal. A single unit, I believe.
Correct. Now, 10 nearby units networked cooperatively. Now, a single Geth unit with the old machine upgrades.
That's a fully evolved AI.
Yes, we do not agree with the goals of the old machines, but we find this growth beautiful, indicative of life.
Oh boy. This goes against what Legion talked about in the second game about not wanting to accept these such gifts and these type of things from the Reapers, from the old machines, as he called them, because they thought it was more important to self-determinate. And in fact, he admired Shepard for rejecting taking the collector base, because again, it was rather than taking such advanced technologies and using it, we rejected it to go our own way there with self-determination, and so that now Legion maybe it's gotten a taste of this, and so it's like, whoa, hold on, maybe it's not so bad after all, and then it's now open to it. But can't say that I blame him, because obviously this is leading them to a new path of well, basically individuality, and become their own being, their own person. And you know, my fear, of course, would be how susceptible would it make them to being controlled by the Reapers, though, taking in their code. But is that it's an indication of that they are evolved to a much higher degree with this? Yeah, I do agree, though.
It is.
Commander!
I witnessed their history, Admiral. The Reapers sped up the process, but the Geth were always moving this way.
And they will die when we destroy the base.
They allied with the Reapers.
To save themselves from you.
Yeah, and again, it's the yeah, man, it's I don't I wouldn't condemn the death, not in such a way, and I wouldn't condemn the Quarians either. And I understand both of their viewpoints, and certainly Shepard's hopeful that we can come to an agreement and this. I don't want them destroyed.
Maybe they don't have to die. After what I saw on that server. I don't know. Maybe there's another option.
Commander, are you suggesting...
I'm not suggesting anything. All I'm saying is maybe they don't all have to die.
It's a moot point until we take out that base. The surrounding area is heavily fortified, and they have placed jamming towers to prevent orbital targeting.
Sounds like we're going in on foot.
Admiral Zen developed a laser guidance system that can cut through the jamming. It's synced to the Normandy's targeting computer.
So the Normandy launches a precision strike at whatever target I have painted? That ought to do it. Edie, this work for you?
Yes, it should enable us to make a precision strike against the Reapers.
And anything else in our way.
The Geth will quickly reconfigure their jamming towers to neutralize this technology. You should not use it before reaching the base.
I've sent the coordinates for the Reaper base.
Are we clear to go?
We still haven't gotten a rescue ship to Admiral Kurz.
Can he wait?
We're suffering heavy civilian casualties without him there to organize them. But we'll do what we can. This is your operation, Commander. If you want to strike now, you've got my support.
Why would they hand that off the ship?
Reckless behavior beforehand. The patrol fleet isn't moving.
We need to break their flanking attempt to buy our frigates time to make repairs.
And then you'll charge off again, like last time.
This is different, Ron. Unless we give our ships time to rest, we're gonna lose them.
So pull them back.
If I withdraw now, the Geth will
Yeah, no, you need support. You should give it.
Admiral Garrel's right. Withdrawing now puts the whole fleet at risk.
As you say, Commander. All right, you've got your ships.
Okay. Take an update here. We're gonna go around the ship, talk to everybody. Got us some prime. Let's see if she's got anything new.
The data you forwarded about the Geth was disturbing. It doesn't match the stories we tell.
And that definitely is good that Shep's able to share that perspective with the Quarians, because the Quarians themselves have, of course, been subject to their own propaganda, and to not see the Geth as anything more than murdering machines, it drove them from their home world. And as I stated, that's not too far from the truth, to be quite honest. But I think they're kind of shielded though from their own culpability in it, and I think it'd be important for them to understand better what the Geth were and how they misjudged. But I think it's the Quarian's benefit to learn that.
Having second thoughts about the Geth?
Admirals don't have the luxury of second thoughts. What do you need?
No, that'll do.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thank you, Commander.
Okay, see, I doubt Tally has anything, but you never know. She's facing that way. That's different. So maybe she does have something.
I'm ready to hit the Reaper base whenever you are, Shepard.
Nope, nothing new. All right, Tally.
Talk to you later, Tally.
Sure.
Mr. Legion.
Shepard Commander, we have re-established a connection with Geth liberated from the server.
What's their status?
We have integrated their programs into this platform's network with minimal difficulties. Your actions have changed their perspective on organics. They also offer gratitude.
Cool. I'm gonna let you guys in on something that on a mod that I have installed that I didn't want to give away too soon, but I think it's probably now important to state. Um, I have a mod installed called Legion Lives, and so when this comes about, I've never played with it before. I've never had it installed, so I don't quite know what the outcome is going to be here and how it plays out. Um, but we're going to be seeing that outcome of Legion living beyond what's going to take place on Rannoch eventually, and I'm definitely curious to that. Now, I did have it installed probably about I don't know, several months ago, maybe I don't know, 5 6 months ago, maybe I'm not sure. Whenever and that was the mod that I installed that I ran through. I put the game on casual and I ran through it. I had a save at the very end that I ran through. But when you're back on Earth, and I wanted to see if Legion was present there at the forward operating base. So yeah, I turned it down to casual as I ran through it to look and see, and sure enough, he was there. So I wanted to be sure that it was working in that sense to see if he's still around, and he was. And that's why I forgot though to ever turn it back at the beginning there from casual, and I didn't want to state back then when I realized that mistake I just said that I had ran through at the end and turned it to casual. Well, that was why I was testing to see that Legion was appearing at the end, and he did. Um, but I still don't know how this is going to play out here on Rannoch when it happens, and thereafter. I don't know. I'm not sure at all what's going to happen if he's going to show up at the party at the on the Citadel. I do not know. So I'm definitely curious about how all that goes. Um, I will. There are several type of mods that are like that of such and such lives, and like I do obviously with Cal Rieger lives. I was obviously was cool with that. I was happy with that because that the little side character that I really liked, and I hated that they killed him off on just a piece of email or a news source. And I also have, of course, Emily Wong lives basically, or returned, or whatever it's called. But was killed off on a tweet, and I liked her far better than Diane Allers, so I was cool with doing that. But there are ones, for example, with um, Morden lives and Thane lives, and now for people that do install those and enjoy them, I certainly understand why they would. Those are both terrific characters, and I get it. And And also I think there's the Vermeer Survivor mod where I think you could basically have them both live, and so they go on, and I actually didn't have that installed either. My reason why I'm more cool with doing this one than those, um, I do really like both of their sacrifices of Morden and Thanes. Um, am I a little curious to see what happens if they do? Yeah, a little bit maybe. Although I do really like the sacrifice of legions, I think his is done really well too, and he sacrifices like himself to give all the Geth individuality, to give them personality, to make them, and so I think it's pretty cool too as well. But I am a bit more curious about seeing how this one plays out, and so that's why this is the only one like that that I have installed. So I think it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens because I'm curious, and hopefully maybe some of you guys will be curious to see how it plays out too.
We'll talk later.
We will remain here.
Yep, we'll be seeing more of Legion. Obviously, our next mission is going to be going to save the Admiral, though, not doing Rannoch just next. See what they got to say here.
Popular for a while. They were fighting the collectors while the council sat and watched.
And now they're killing civilians and attacking our allies.
Yeah, Cerberus is a piece of shit organization. Did a few things that were done well, reviving Shep, the Normandy, Edie, but yeah, for the most part, they were a terrorist organization. Pretty vile. Let's see if people are where they should be. So, up in the mess hall, James and Javik are in there. Hayden's in the normal spot. Yes, primes are down in the bay. All right, and Cortez is down there. So, okay, let's go take a look. So first, go see about James and Javik. We go.
So, Prothean, huh?
Yes.
You
Very
guys
astute,
like
yes.
to drink, booze it up?
No.
Okay. What about gambling? Play cards?
Games of chance were punishable by death in the Empire.
Oh,
He's
sure.
trolling.
Sure, that seems reasonable. Okay. So, smoking. You ever do that?
Only when my armor became inflamed.
Right. Yeah, smoking. I get it. So jokes then. You got jokes. All right. You got any good ones?
No. Yes.
Give them to me.
The Tulomorian spy entered the enemy's camp and said to the Vankshare, I didn't know your barnaps could glow. That was the joke.
All right.
Javik is such a troll.
Yeah, that was a good one.
No, it wasn't. I just made it up. The joke is now on you, human. You will believe anything.
And that laugh. Yeah, he likes just pushing people's buttons and getting different responses out of them.
Hey, Commander.
James, what are you up to?
A little cooking. Hope you don't mind. I was craving some of my abuela's huevos rancheros. Not sure what kind of eggs these are, but they seem to work.
They're harvester eggs.
Not as good as my abuela's, but best thing I've had since I got on board. And maybe it's best I don't know what kind of eggs these are, no?
Pues provecho.
Hey, Commander.
Hello.
Hey, Commander.
All right, Senor Javik.
You took a great risk in allowing a machine access to your mind, Commander.
I did, yeah.
What if they had infected you?
What if they did? I'm under Reaper control. Ah.
I do not think this James soldier understands me. None of these cycles seem to understand me, and I do not care.
Yeah, you're definitely different though, Javik.
Not at this time.
All right. Dr. Liara.
Geth would have analyzed any Prothean technology they came across. You're saying you found none?
No. On this topic, our knowledge is not significantly greater than your own.
That's too bad, but thank you for looking.
Shepard Commander placed faith in us. We will do the same for Normandy.
You mean the Normandy's crew?
We do not see a meaningful distinction.
Feel free to look around.
I guess I will. Nothing. We did find some stuff, right? Shield or power damage? Boys really like taking power damage. Yeah. Shield or power recharge. Power recharge. Yeah, I keep passing on them shields.
To see you.
Thank you, Glyph.
This platform can be of some assistance, Garrus Vicarian.
I appreciate the offer, Legion, but this is something I know a thing or two about.
Telemetry data indicates the calibration of Normandy's weapon accuracy can be improved by 0.32%.
That's all? You can't squeeze 0.34% out of it?
Negative. That threshold is not possible.
You sure? Take a look now.
Scanning. Normandy's weapon systems have been improved by a margin of 0.43%. How did you accomplish this?
A little secret we organics like to keep. Always hold some back for emergencies.
Is our current situation an emergency?
A Geth
yes.
meddling with our computers, telling me how to do my job? No, I can't imagine that would qualify.
Way to go, Garrus.
So, a virtual Geth reality, huh, Shepard? There are a lot of ways I can think of getting a few kicks in this universe. That's not one of them.
Yeah, it'd be different.
Later.
All right. Doctor just chilling. Taking a Lenko. Oh. What's up, bud?
What the hell, Shepard? What just happened? Actually, don't tell me. I've got work to do and I can't be distracted.
I was plugged into the virtual world of the Geth consensus. Saw their history, purged a Reaper infection.
Crap. Now I'll be obsessing about how that works instead of doing my Spectre Division expense report.
You're welcome.
You know, entering the Geth consensus is gonna be the best chapter in your autobiography.
That'd be pretty interesting, that's for sure.
Ready for the next mission. Whatever you got.
Alright. Let's go see if that same guy's the one that's always drinking here at our bar. Yep, every time, man, it's you. Keep throwing them back. When did I ever see you work, man? You're just in here throwing back. When you gonna let me have some drinks? Well, I can't get no drinks. That guy's drinking them all, man. Okay. Okay, so Javik was in the other room, so no Javik there. Nothing from you guys, huh?
Commander.
Nothing to report.
Commander.
If there's anything here, but we'll look. Nope. Alright. Back to our journal. What's up, Miss Wong?
Commander.
Hello. Well, nothing. Alright, let's see. Can we see our guest primes from here? Well, the missiles be blocking some of the way. Oh, yeah, yep. Ah, damn. Hey, Jasmine.
Down.
How's it going, bud?
Commander, you flew that Geth fighter out of the Dreadnought?
Actually, Legion did the piloting. I was stuck in a storage compartment with my squad.
Would have loved more time with that ship. Too bad we sent it to Hackett's team so quickly.
I mean, it was down here. You could have took a little look at it.
Everything okay, Shepard?
Yep, fine. Alright. Man, look how freaking large they are, dude. Holy shit. Like, that at least 10 feet tall, maybe 12, man. Yeah. Alright, soldiers. Hold the line. Okay. Up to the CIC. Thank you. Third species, Asmoids. Yeah, no, definitely try and keep them hidden away best I can. Authorized. Yep, I support it. All right. Yep, we saw Gareth. Thank you. Talk to Ms. Trainer here.
The Allied Primes are relaying any hostile combat data they can decrypt. I never thought I'd be linking Geth into the system.
I bet.
Commander?
Ms. Trainer. See? Kelly.
Shepard, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. What do you think about our current situation?
What do you think about our current situation?
If you have time later, I'd love to pick your brain about the Geth consensus. It must have been awe-inspiring to be able to witness such a world.
Yeah, it'd been definitely a new experience, that's for sure.
I should go.
See you later, Shepard.
Got you around. All right. To our two pilots up here.
You know, the Quarians have done pretty well with those suits. Maybe they can make something like that for you.
Yeah, they have. Protective medical exoskeleton. I could even get one with racing stripes.
So what's the problem?
Okay.
It's like walking around in heavy armor. Totally screws with my spatial awareness.
I wear heavy armor, and my spatial awareness is perfect.
You crashed the last shuttle you flew, Vega. I need to feel my balance shift when I'm flying. I need to feel the ship moving with me. You take that away, I don't know. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not me.
Yeah, I get that.
Plus, have you seen Tally? Come on, I don't have the hips to carry a suit like that.
Allie got gray hip.
So you went into the Geth consensus? Like virtual reality?
Yeah, it was strange, but I got out all right.
Did you? I mean, how would you know?
How would I know what?
If you really got out. See, if the Geth experience everything virtually, then you could only think you're in the real world. What if this, like everything you're seeing now, is a simulation?
Maybe.
Commander?
Joker. What's up, Edie?
Shepard, you are now possibly the only living organic who has experienced the Geth consensus. Do you feel different?
It's fascinating. Mind-blowing. I'm also a bit thirsty.
And just like that, the magic is gone.
Did you just say what I think you said?
No. Hello, Shepard.
Hello, Edie. All right, guys. That's gonna do it. That was definitely an interesting mission. I say I'm sorry I got lost there a little bit, but I think it's a like a interesting lore mission, and definitely cool to see the guest perspective. Like I say, they do some selective editing there on what they are allowing to be shown, but it's certainly understandable. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit the like button. subscribe, and hit the notification bells to continue to follow Bella Shepard's journey here through the Mass Effect universe. And on the next one, we'll be saving Admiral Chorus. So join me then. Catch y'all around. Later.